Okay, so I think we are finally getting the chance to interview this woman that we ran into. And she did allude to that. She was like, you're going to interview me later and you're not going to like it or something. So let's see how bad it's going to be, shall we? Let's knock again. Who is it? I remember her being like super flat. Like her voice is just like monotonous. A woman's voice answered, muffled by the door. Tired, controlled. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair. Okay. We are in. Let's touch all of her stuff, obviously. Hotel bill calculations. Look like she's had an extended stay. Pile of dirty clothes. A woman's. Remember, all of these little bubbles now give us like 1 experience point because of... Which thought was it? Taxation? Nope. 15th Indo tribe? No, that's almost done. Jamais vu. There it is. Pretty nice. She said go upstairs, but we're gonna check out all of her stuff first. As any good detective would do. You see the yard below, the corpse is no longer there. Medicine cabinet. This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in here. Let's look at the medications, obviously. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet, and pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. There's quite the collection here, Kim. Anything of note? He asks in a lower voice. Let's look at the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its labels reads Nacra. What's Nacra? An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses. Okay, so she's like a disco dancer, right? Presumably into this party lifestyle. So that kind of aligns. But there's this whole subtext now of this drug person and this drug organization. And so could be involved there. Search the pill sheets. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs, you find... What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. Electrochemistry, chemical hangover. Okay, hold up. We got electrochemistry gloves. Right here. Do you have electrochemistry clothes besides what we're wearing? Half-light, +1 to electrochemistry. Are we getting that from this too? Right here. Yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. Nice. A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat with just holding that little plastic container. What's so exciting about this orange bottle? It's speed, man. Oh, just what you're looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders, but what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed. Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide. Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine, prescription speed. The fuck you waiting for? Let's get this fucking preppy. So we can take it. Oh. Less of a chance because we told Kim about it, and we have sweaty hands. Well, hold on. We have interfacing gloves. Search for the Preptide again. I mean, well. You dropped it. Smack dab in the middle of the floor. There it is. Orange is the midsummer's night sun or the lieutenant's bomber jacket. Wow, that's unbelievably orange. Anyone can see that. It's practically effervescent. We'll pick it up, like, secretly. Lieutenant tries to keep his eyes on the door, but the Preptide bottle sounds like a rattlesnake. It's basically a percussion instrument that you're stuffing into your pocket. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Now put it in your sweaty little hand now. Seems like we might have gotten it then. All right, and we leveled up too. We can go actual art degree, or we can get rid of something now if we wanted. See, one of the reasons I would keep this is because speed, if we do get to actually use it, gives 1 psi, which boosts this, or 1 psyche, which boosts this whole thing. Let's look at the toothbrush. It's been used quite a lot. Well, that's promising. Hello. Speed, St. Baptiste, Preptide. So you get Motorix, Psyche, and minus morale. But it sounds like we're going to get actually 2 Psyche then because of that bonus. This bright orange medicine bottle declares the brand name Preptide in a sunny, happy manner. Someone's lost the bottle, but who cares? Okay, this does hurt our morale a bit, which is understandable. Tough decision to make here, though. Like advanced race theory, we are getting +1 conceptualization. These ones, healing, morale, and health. Fine. Endurance, white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. White morning, that extra zoom out. Yeah, the Motorix learning caps raising is not a huge deal. I like the XP for the orbs, especially as we go into a new area tomorrow. We get access to that other side. This is this is improving a whole bunch of learning caps for these, but we are taking a hit to logic. So if there's one I was going to remove, that's an option. This one would be a good one to remove because ultra liberal dialogue options give you +1 Royale, but who cares really? Maybe I should forget this one, or yeah, if we forget this one, -1 empathy. And then our next point we can use actual art degree. Oh wait. Oh, did I maybe I was sitting on 2 points there. I might have been sitting on 2 points. Either way, that works for me. Okay, so actual art degree is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Krasmazov, 240. Apricot, 3 hours. This one's going to happen right away. Okay, let's go talk to her. What else? Her bed. Now this feels weird. This bed has been hastily made. Here's the outside part that we saw from down below. Nice. Smell of cigarette smokes in the air. Astra menthol. And this goes back in some other section. Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Okay, remember me?
Welcome to the roof.
Welcome to the roof. The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Below her, silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Oh, that's a pretty nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north towards the yard. Thought maybe she was talking about us. She's probably talking about the dead body. Not being there. Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
Yeah, well, you mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I might need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell is opened in there.
Yeah, you're damn right. It's Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit.
Ooh.
Because of the infernum.
Okay. That's bad.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the world's most lamentable cop.
No, that's not, that ain't me anymore. I'm a superstar cop now.
I stand corrected. What brings you back to
Hyperstellar
me?
law official.
Superstardom?
Well, maybe.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
I see.
Takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. Be careful. Ask something first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you've been through something difficult. Okay, so we want to be like very empathetic. Okay. What is your name, miss, for the record? Klaasje Amandu. And where are you from? Vredeford, Republic of Oranje. And what's Oranje? It's a bad memory, officer. A bad memory of what? Of lilacs and lightning. She squints her eyes as if to see them in the distance. Parks, glass, duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there and night. At least it was for me. Oh, what's so bad about that? Nothing, if you're no longer there. How old are you, miss, if you don't mind? I'm 28. She takes a drag. And what do you do for a living? What's your specialization? Something stupid. What's that? Oranges lit. Oranges lit? Oranges literature. It's what I studied at the university. She raises both eyebrows. What's Oranges literature about? Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranges. Or is it Oranje? I can't remember. Maybe it's Oranje. I don't know. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes. What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters. Revacholian literature too? No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world. I do feel the urge to save the world. Yes, I guess that's why I'm on this case. That's the natural state of the Revacholian hero. She breathes in the menthol-flavored fumes, savoring it, then breathing out. She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault, but of course, what seems should not be your priority. Oranges lit. So what do you do with it? Nothing. I do nothing. How do you make money then? Money's very important. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranges lit. Oh, cool. It's not very cool, but what can you do? Hey, could we take a look at your passport? I'm afraid you can't, officer. And why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Is she joking? Oh, thank you for your candor. Why? They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Oh, well, how do I know you've told us your real name then? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Yamandu. It's a weird name. She seems to be telling the truth, sire. All right, well, I'm pretty sure I do have the legal right to demand your passport. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom. Okay, then. Listen, that's it for the record. It's a pretty nice room you got here. Yeah, it's pretty. Deluxe. What are you doing at the Whirling Rags? I'm wintering. How long have you been staying here? She calculates. I think I have to go a little higher in her voice. About 4 months. I came in November. Why here? Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol? Here in the Whirling specifically. Oh, because it's the funkiest building in Martinez, and because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. Interesting. I noticed you got quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. Oh, thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it, she says without any discernible irony. Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No. Don't listen to this stiff. Be cool. It's quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard? With money, sir. It's not exactly the anti-star-sized caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there. Yeah, the collection includes Nacra. It's an opioid antagonist. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids. Is that something that happens to you often, miss? His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive. Better safe than sorry. She takes a drag and smiles. Yeah, you seem to have, among other things, Preptide. Oh, yes, many of my favorites. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments. Like what? Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically. Oh, cool. I took some for well, maybe I shouldn't, because I don't know. Do we know that Kim knows, or? Yeah, cool, great. We totally left that there. Very funky. I have other questions for you. Okay. Look, they tell us that you've been through something very difficult. Something difficult? She raises her eyebrows. I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? Miss, were you sexually assaulted, miss? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped? She takes a quick drag, unperturbed. Yes. It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? Well, actually, it's evening, miss. Is it? Squinting, she takes a look around. The sun sets in the sea. Long shadows pass over the plaza. She doesn't even know what time it is. It is evening. Oh, time flies, man. So, were you? Yeah, I'm going to go with not raped, and I don't want to say that shit about him. By him, she must mean the victim. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, she searches for the word, then shrugs, rapeable. It's very organic, her mannerisms, her movements. If she's acting, she's quite gifted. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us that you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understand what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. So Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands. Warming them. Thanks. Okay, well. Is there anything that did happen between you and the victim? We partied. Wait, partied? Where have I heard that before? A lot of partying going on. From Titus, about her and Titus's relationship, that's where you heard it. Oh, okay. What kind of partying? You mean the kind that I do? With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. No one parties harder than me. Please, you're alive and 50. I've known people who party so hard they're dead at 14. She stops to take a short drag. What did you do when you partied? We drank, sir. She takes a sip of her coffee. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder, and that's why I liked him. What else? Stimulants, speed, also has that effect, making you drink harder, and then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. Oh, you were feelings involved? A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them. How did you two meet? Lieutenant's voice is quiet and calm. Downstairs, she taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. At the bar, he was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar. She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? So she's saying, had a cool, scary scar. And when was this? A month ago? Something like that. Well, it must have been pretty hard for you seeing him up there. Oh, yes, she says bitterly. I've had a great view from my roof out of the bathroom window. In my dreams. A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. You called us. The RCM. Oh, she was the one that called. Oh. Yes. Jackpot. The call reporting the hanging. That was you. Cool. Who made the call reporting the crime? I made it, and I would appreciate if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching. Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss. Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it? Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. They just kept hanging there. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him. Yeah, the caller's voice was disguised, I heard. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it? How? With nail clippers, and I diverted some radio fuzz into the cold wire. Oh, she knows some shit. Which landline? Oh, that's why it's broken. The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline. Why go through all the trouble? I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. We're not entirely convinced about the answer, but okay, let it slide. Pushing that won't help here. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. Well, okay, what can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age, everything. New task, question her about the dead man. I'm sorry, I can't do it, she puffs her cigarette. Not right now, maybe later. I keep seeing him like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair. Another puff, more nervous. I know it's difficult. We can return later. Well, okay, what did they hang him for then, if not the rape? He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing, but you probably know all about it. And his role in the strike was what? I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, working for Wild Pines and against the Union. He didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean, but I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it. She just nods. How do the Hardy Boys know you? Oh, they're frequent guests downstairs. She looks at the floor. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now, yes. And how did you meet? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party with them too? A little, yeah. Like you partied with the deceased. No, not as hard. I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys? I have. Which one? Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. Yikes. Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him? We did talk about jealousy. Could that be why they lynched him then? Maybe a little jealousy? I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know. But that's probably where they got the rape idea. What do you mean? Men like that? I don't know. Another pause. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me. She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs. All right. Are you sure you weren't raped? I'm 89% sure. Yeah? Does that mean you're 11% not sure? You know how it is. Do you? Do I? Maybe you don't. The ash lands on her suit. She brushes it off. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Ma'am, I gotta be honest. Sexual assault is a serious matter, and I need a serious statement from you. Serious? She takes a long, hard drag of her cigarette, then stretches her neck. You hear cracking in your shoulders. Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be this flippant if I had been? Look, ma'am, I appreciate you telling us all of this, miss. I really do. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. We should head back downstairs, officer. We may have things to discuss there. I had something else before we go. A little thing. Oh, God. Oh, no. She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth. Look her in the eye. It's a white check. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry, we'll protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We'll see through deceit. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. What is happening? Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. Anything out of the ordinary, you'd be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. Am I being beguiled? She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Let's avert our eyes. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds. All right. Why not? I'll be here until 11 o'clock. Drinking coffee, most likely. All right. Okay, so the 15th Indo tribe is done. Because the 15th Indo tribe was comprised of 8 kids from the Faubourg and the North Jamrock, running from wild dogs in the valley, hiding scents under rocks, and stealing clothes off clotheslines. And sometimes even the copper wiring of phone lines. You may have been one of them. This must be a childhood memory. The 15th Indo tribe was your Indo tribe, set to rule Insuland. The rest of the kids are dead now. Car accidents and drug overdoses. Only you remain. So 10 cents for every green orb clicked. Minor. Learning cap for savoir faire raised to 6. Minor, I would say. All right. She told you can't talk about him right now, but you need specifics. Ask a little later when she's collected herself. So maybe we do this on our own too, like sans Kim. Let's check this space. A barred door. It's a small, heavy door. There's no lock in sight. Physical instrument. Hey, where does this lead to? I don't know. He makes a note in his notebook. It's not the first closed door we found in the building. There's also your mysterious blue kitchen door. Yes, thanks, Kim. Do you think it's important? I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. Below, the hostile cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. Let's tap on the roof a bit here. A dull thump somewhere inside a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant. So maybe the door below is a mega investigation. No, still a mini investigation. He pretends to make a note in his notebook. 3% physical instrument. If we push? Nope. All right. I figured that would happen. That's great. You kick it. Gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you. Ouch. All right. Let's trash the place. Let's not. Okay. So there's something back there. So that, I guess, would lead us up to here. If only we could get in there. Kim wants to talk, actually.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
I wonder if they would hurt her, though, knowing that she kind of ratted them out, that they tried to convince her. You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all of that? What else could she have done, lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. You would have caught it. Yeah, you're right, I would have caught it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. Yeah, she seems pretty candid, but still weird. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention from whatever one chooses to omit. Good point. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. Excellent. So, I think we head back down. Talk to the Titus. And then at some point, head back to Joyce. Give her an update.
Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.